Big news today is that Donald Trump has decided to take over the permitting process here in Pacific Palisades. We have a complete failure of government, as you know, especially when it comes to the Palisades over the last year and even before the fire. Just a total failure of Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom. And there's really a large vacuum, and people are lost. And they can't get their permits done very quickly, if at all. And people have been complaining about it for a year. And Trump has finally said enough and issued an executive order today on rebuilding permits. So thousands of residents who can't get the permits, the Trump administration is going to take over the process for homeowners who've received federal funds. So all the state and local red tape is going to be cut through. And the thing is that the federal government, whatever they've done for the Palisades cleanup, they've been very quick and effective. Army Corps of Engineers thought it was going to take 18 months to clear all the debris. They finished in 8. Small Business Administration came in with federal loans for those who'd lost everything. And things got done. And then they turned it over to the king of fraud, Gavin Newsom, and the idiot Karen Bass, and nothing's been done. And they don't even want to talk about it because they don't care. Newsom and the legislature makes behind-the-scenes moves to try to seize some of the land for affordable housing. Believe me, that is still active and on the table, no matter how much they deny it. They would love to rezone the Palisades and turn it into some kind of third world hellhole. So Newsom is pissed off about this, and he's trying to change the subject. So his office's response was, as usual, snarky. It seems that's all they do, claiming that an executive order to rebuild Mars would be just as useful. And then they switched gears and started begging Trump for money. The main obstacle is communities not having the money to rebuild. The feds need to release funding, not take over the local permit approval speed. Well, the permit approval system is slow to the point of it stops for a lot of people. I've seen multiple news reports. I've talked to multiple people in the Palisades, and it is a gigantic pain in the ass. And Bass and Newsom will play a trick. They'll say, well, we have X number of permits already approved, grossly inflating the number of homes that are being helped because each home has to get a number of permits. So it's not just one permit for a home, it's several. And so if the whole package is approved, Bass and Newsom count each individual permit. But it doesn't mean that many homes are being approved of. And so the Newsom press office wrote, Mr. President, please actually help us. We are begging you. Release the federal disaster aid you're withholding. Please help us, please. Now, that's probably a sarcastic, please call for help, not genuine. Newsom wants $34 billion in federal disaster funds. None of that has been appropriated in a request to Congress. And the truth is, Trump and most people, you shouldn't trust Gavin Newsom with $34 billion. That's what it comes down to. Newsom has run enough cons, and most people in government are onto him because he blew $24 billion in homeless money. Some of that was federal money. He blew over $30 billion on the California Unemployment Department during COVID. A lot of that was federal money, too. High-speed rail, $17 billion blown. Federal money for some of that. So he's been given federal money over and over again, and all that happened is for the unemployment situation, criminals around the world stole it. They're giving it away. No vetting, no questioning, no security. You fill out the form, you get the unemployment money. You fill out the form, your nonprofit gets the homeless money. Massive scam going on with high-speed rail. And it goes, goes on and on and on. And you see, and the fraud's really simple. I mean, the guy in Westwood we've been talking about since last week, $23 million in Westwood, he just filled out forms, came up with a fake charity, Abundant Blessings. Next thing you know, this guy has got a $7 million mansion, puts his wife on the payroll. He's enjoying Hawaii. He's got an expensive car. And he's living the life you'd live if you suddenly came into a $23 million lottery ticket. So you cannot trust Gavin Newsom. You cannot trust Karen Bass. They've squandered a lot of money. Their friends and associates reap the benefits. I mean, Newsom's own wife has a scam going on. She's got a nonprofit that she somehow gets millions of dollars of funding from the school system, no less. There are so many rackets and scams. I've been telling you about this for years. So Trump has said, well, basically he's saying, it's like, no, Gavin, you're not going to be trusted with any more money. You've been cut off. You're like the kid who blew all his allowance on beer and pot. You're cut off. Now, I have no idea if Trump could do what he does when it comes to streamlining and overruling the permit process of a local city or a state. However, if there's federal money involved, that does give the administration a lot of leeway. And he'll probably do stuff, and even if he gets sued, it'll get tied up in court for months. In the meantime, the permits will be handed out. So I think if you've got a home in limbo in the Palisades, whether you hate Trump or not, or whether you voted for him or not, you're going to welcome the dam finally bursting and permits flowing. Because that should have been done immediately. I mean, Bass out and out lied to the whole world when she said she was going to streamline the permit process. So did Newsom. They both lied because they don't care. They don't want the homes rebuilt. They want to turn it into affordable housing. That's their plan. So the more you have the incompetence of Bass and Newsom, the more there's a vacuum in the leadership, the more Trump is going to take over. Because this is too good to resist. California's got so many problems, and they rely on so much federal money that he's simply going to take control issue by issue, piece by piece, and that federal money gives him the legal leverage to do it. And Newsom and Bass, as much as they hate it, as much as they fume, as much as they put out their stupid little Twitter posts, they're going to have to answer to him. And more people are going to say, yeah, I can't stand Trump, but look, he's getting it done. He's getting it done. Can't stand his attitude, can't stand his face, can't stand his politics, but he's getting it done. And Newsom and Bass get nothing done.